Good morning, Mission Control. Well, I think I got a bunch of fabricators, or at least people who like metal shop, wood shop, handyman, handy people, folks that like to build stuff. And I'm guessing some of you have worked with engineers, and since I'm an engineer, I bet you a lot of people think, oh, this guy's an idiot, he's gonna screw it up, I hate working with engineers. Because I know what you're thinking. Engineers screw everything up. I know it, it's true. It's true, that's what you're probably thinking. But this engineer made a mistake, and instead of making the fabricators fix it, I'm fixing it myself. I screwed up on the measurements of this jig. I had a volunteer come over. He did a fantastic job welding it all together, and then we had to cut it apart because I screwed up. So today, volunteer's actually out helping out with the trailer right now. We got a bunch more grinding to do. But what I am doing is I am going to fix this. And because we have the plasma cutter and the 240 volt extension cord, which is the big bad boy like that, out at the site, I'm going to be switching the Lincoln Electric into 120 volt mode. And we're going to see how hard that is, how good it welds. Because there's probably a bunch of you out there that are like me, that are more desk jockeys than you are fabricators out here in the shop. I'm getting better at getting dirty. I'm also getting better at welding and fabricating and learning a lot along the way. Things that fabricators have known for so long. You know, people who do build stuff, you are so valuable to our society overall. So thank you. Thank you for what you do. Really appreciate it. Today, I'm going to be going from 240 down to 120. And we're going to be welding up this half-inch tube. It's really thin wall tube. So we're going to follow the instructions, see how everything goes. For those that are brand new to welding, this will hopefully be helpful for you so you can see. You don't have to have 240 volt to do all your welding. You can do 120, at least that's the game plan. So let's get this thing set up. I'll show you how to switch it over and we'll start welding. The first thing we got to do is open this thing up and make sure I got my converter down here. There it is. So on this particular welder, which I think is awesome if you haven't picked that up yet, it comes with 240 setting or 120. Now it knows the difference, so all you have to do is switch out this pigtail, down there, that's trash, which goes in the back, and then you plug into your normal outlet here, and you can weld. Now you can't weld as thick as what we were doing, but for what we're doing right here, this should be better than good enough. So let's get this plugged in and see how it goes. So I got to move this forward, just twist back here. There we go. Here's the 240 cord, and come in here with 120. Just like that, we're now in 120. Electric Power MIG 210 MP, really great so far. For a beginner like myself, it just makes everything really nice. So on the inside here, they got a bunch of instructions for those that aren't familiar with it. You look at your gauge of steel and then your particular method that you're going to be going with. And it also lets you figure out the voltage that you're going to be at. So I know I can't really go any higher than 120 volt here when I'm in my MIG setup here with 25% carbon, 25% CO2, 75% argon gas mixture. So here's the column that I can actually weld at that setting. Now everything above that is 140 volts up to 345 volts, big time up there. So we're gonna be doing, I think it is 18 gauge right here. So that's actually 140, so we'll see how well that does. Here's our wire feed. We're at 0.03. So 0.03, I'm doing stainless steel. I'm at 18 gauge right there. So this thing should do fine at 120 volts because it says it only needs 90 to do the job. So let's get it set up here. Power on. All right, so settings on MIG. Oh, sorry. And it knows I'm 120. Say yes. I got my anode and everything in correctly. Okay, I'm at 0.03 and I'm at 18 gauge. Kapow! Settings are good. Let's get this thing ready to weld. Ground attached. I love this helmet. It's the ESAB Sentinel. It's got a grind setting on it, which I really like, and it has a flashing light inside that tells you you're in grind mode so you don't flash yourself, which of course I've done already. To change it, I just come in touch screen, put it to my preset, which I've got set to weld here. and now we'll see how well it welds, because I've been welding 240, so I'm used to a lot more power going through there. It's going to be interesting to see the dynamics of shifting between the two. Not bad at all. Though I need to do some marking on my pencil. Got a little dull. This is way better than what we had in grade school. That's a sharp pencil. That's how you do it. Well, things are going really great on this build using the 120 volts. I just wanted to take a moment. If you like our videos, if you like The Real Martian and what we're doing, if you like the project, we're trying to provide sustainable food and energy to the world here, you know, kind of a good thing. If you do like it, be sure to give us a thumbs up on this video. That helps with the algorithm. And also hit subscribe and ring that little bell for notifications so you know when we get our new videos out. If you'd like to see the behind the scenes, you can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and on Twitter. And if you really want to help us, Patreon is an option for you to give us some money every month. You know, if every subscriber gave just $1, we could really be rocking and rolling here. So that's like a stick of gum these days. It's certainly less than a candy bar. It costs less than a soda. Anyway, if you want to help out, check those places out. Grind mode enabled. So I like this about this helmet. I can go right back to weld mode, just like that. Just like that. I noticed about halfway through on this that even though this is 18 gauge, I cranked the volume up to 17, or 16, sorry. So we have more welding power. There it is. There it is. One jig all done. Let me show you what we're going to be using it for. So on each side of the trailer, we're going to have an entry. We're also going to have an exit, emergency exit in the very rear of the trailer. We'll talk about that in another video. But what we're going to be using, these really nice doors. In addition to the doors on each side of the trailer, we're also going to have our interface door right here. And that interface door is where we're going to be sharing digestate water, methane, aquaponic water, which is nutrient-rich water. I think it said data, power. All those things are going to be shared. So you can actually daisy chain these life pods together. You can park the trailers right next to each other. You open up these connection points, and then you connect a bunch of plugs together, and plugs and hoses, and you're set. You're ready to go. So that's what the jig is for, so we can go out with the plasma cutter. This has the offset in it that we need, and then we'll be cutting out the metal from the sides using this jig to the drawings so that we can install the doors. That's going to be a whole nother video, so stay tuned for that. I need to eat some food. I'm hungry. It's lunchtime already. We got this all done. I'm really happy, so I think I'm going to stop the video here. If you did enjoy this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe. And like I said, you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. And if you want to support us, you can join us on Patreon. Thanks again, everybody. This is Real Martian. Out. Tune in next time, because I'm going to go hold the power of the sun in my hand and cut like butter. It's going to be awesome.